What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Sukihana has been out here talking relatively nasty and living a life in which, let's just say, is disgusting to some people. You know, there's a young lady by the name of Chingy Diamond, something like that. She's a woman out there in Omaha, Nebraska. She's the one that is, you know, the donut that's coming off a string, and she's rapping into it like a mic and cheeseburgers and fish. I mean, she just looks really silly, in my honest opinion. You know, she's becoming a caricature of which is really a hood prototype or stereotype of what, you know, they're trying to, you know, make black women in the industry. And we all know that many of our sisters are not like that. We do have, you know, those who are like that, and we stay away from those kind of people. But, you know, we have black women who are not like that. But at the same time, that is the stereotype. And so now let me deal with this if we can. Sukihana is one of those negative stereotypes that black women are experiencing right now in the media, such that there is a big problem with it. Now, I want to deal with this from this perspective because Sukihana, sexy red Glorilla, very sexual, especially Sukihana. She's putting men's feet in her mouth and things like that. You know, you always see her twerking on somebody, just sexualizing herself, talking about nasty stuff, just saying anything that is really disrespectful, you know, just nasty and everything, right? So finally, she has broken down because she just can't take it anymore. I want to play a small clip of this, and then I'm going to come back.
I don't want to be a victim to the world. I want to be a strong person, and it hurts so bad because I made a mistake.
You are strong.
It just hurts me so bad. I'm not just a celebrity. I have a real life, and I make mistakes like everybody else.
Are you okay?
I don't even know. I just got so much responsibility. Everybody want me to be certain ways, and it's like I am growing just like everybody else.
So as you can see, she is now crying and, you know, feeling bad about, you know, how folk are perceiving her. Let me just say that I do take some level of sympathy for, you know, the fact that she is sad and all of that, whatever. But the reality is this, and I know some brothers don't take no sympathy on it, but I do, because it seemed like maybe she came from a dysfunctional background, and I do have some heart for our group that comes from that situation. But we got to think about this. You knew what you were doing when you were doing it, and you did it for the fame. But you did it for the fame, not feeling like, you know, there was an opposite side to it, and everything ain't worth the money. You see, you got the fame, but the way that you were looked at, it's hard to really understand that don't nobody respect you. That's the hard part that a lot of ladies have to deal with. That damn, don't nobody respect me as a person, as a woman. And so now you're dealing with this and you don't know how to handle it. And this is why you got to be careful how you put yourself out there. Because you put yourself out there, you make yourself look very bad. Very silly. Very bad and very silly. So once it gets to that point, now you start to figure out that, damn, you know what? It's not worth it. And I'm just a human too. Well, if you're just a human too, why are you out there acting like something that's unorthodox? Because that was the only way you was going to get on. You didn't, I'm going to just be honest here. As far as talent, when you talk about pure talent, you talk about Chloe Bailey. In this generation, maybe. In my day, Kelly Price, Lauryn Hill, Faith Evans is a vocalist. Okay. LaToya Williams. All right. People like that can just really sing. I don't know. We could even go to, Mary J. My favorite, but Mary J. ain't as talented as LaToya Williams. She's a better artist though. Beyonce. These are people that are actually skilled. Whitney Houston in the 80s. So people like that can actually sing. But you ladies now, Patrice Rushen in the 70s and 80s, those are people who can actually sing. They can do things. Now, what happened was people went from actually looking at talent to going and looking at selling a character. So now you're playing a caricature of somebody that don't got no morals, somebody that don't care about themselves. You see Lizzo biting into that. You see a lot of the rappers fall into that. So now you're involved in that. And now you don't like how the way people look at you. So now you want to cry and folks have some sympathy for you, but you don't understand that you representing the whole community of people that are fighting against those stereotypes. So, and you didn't care when you was like, black women, I don't owe them nothing. And okay, now you want somebody to be sympathetic towards you, but what about the black women out there that don't do that every day? Who don't do that at all? The black women out there who want to get some respect and you don't care nothing about them. It's evident that you don't care. So now you want somebody to care about you and have some sympathy for what you're going through. And you can't get mad when somebody's going to say, you know what? No, we're not going to give her that kind of love. No, because she don't care nothing about us. No, we are not ever going to give her this level of sympathy. No. Because she's out here disrespecting herself. She deserves everything that she, as far as the commentary it receives from the general public. And that's something when you go out there and you do that, especially when you have kids. If you're crying, what do your kids say when they go to school? What do you say? Your mom is out there doing X, Y, and Z on OnlyFans, making all kind of videos that are disgusting, for like, how do you even make light of that? How do you even make sense of that? And a lot of times people don't even look at the kids that y'all are, that you're going to be out there doing, that you got children involved in this. Have you ever even thought about that you got kids? Or did it not matter? It only matters now that, you going through something. Now it matters. Did it matter then? Or did it not matter? When has it not mattered? That's what I want to know. You see? When has it not mattered? And again, y'all don't care nothing about these kids. Some of these people out here. What about when you go to school and people make fun of your mom? Your mom out here thotting it up. Like a lot of little boys, man, they suffer like that. I used to have, when I was in school, my dad was on drugs, man. And unfortunately, my dad was on drugs like really bad. And there was somebody who knew it. So how did the person know it? I'm going to explain how they knew it. They knew it because the uncle was doing drugs with my dad. That's how they knew. So the dude used to confront me about it. Like, hey man, don't you think I know that your dad is smoking crack with my uncle? And your dad is a drug addict, man. And this is like, not even, not even, everybody knew, man, in our community that my dad was involved in that. At our church. You know how embarrassing that was? To my mother and to me. And, people know that your husband is on drugs, your father's on drugs and stuff. And he didn't come home that night because he was hitting the bass rock. That's something that it tears you up as a child. And imagine him going around crying because everybody know he on drugs. Well, man, hey, man, listen, nobody told you to start using drugs. Why don't you do something to get off? And which he did. So if you don't like what people are saying, stop doing it. The problem is then you would feel like you would have nothing to offer. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Put your for all you do, scrape the bell. We're out.